Hello, everybody. This is a little bit different. We've been kind of keeping this secret for a long while now. But the one and only George Corley of the Conlang channel podcast, what have you, Tongues and Runes fame as well, he had put together this Conlang relay of various YouTubers across kind of the spectrum of Conlanging and kind of just as a community building. So we're going to kind of present our results. I'm going to present mine first. I'm leg 3, so this is going to be kind of its own little individual video. And then Jay's going to record their video in a little bit, but we are both here for commentary purposes. So it's not just me or them talking to a wall. Jay, great to see you.
Not to say that I think that most people aren't going to have a co-host.
Oh, I know they won't.
We checked with George ahead of time. This is
Yes.
completely within what's expected, but we have to record it this way around. And the very interesting thing is that Yaatláw, of course, is a language that both myself and Miles have created together.
Yes.
So I'm really curious to see how things have gone.
Things went well. So, of course, because I'm like, I don't want to say anal retentive, but like, I love a good table of captions or table of contents because like it sets you up for knowing what the thing is. So I received the torch. Like I am in a great position, people. Like I had all the big guns like right in the gate. So it went George. It then Bib. And then me. And then a secret fourth person who we all know and love. And then somebody else. That's how relays go.
It's not secret at this point. George will have said who's in the relay.
It's George, it's Bib, then it was me, then it was David. So I was like sandwiched between like pretty big hitters. I think it's a good stride. I mean, whatever. But I got the torch from Ilothwii, which is very different from Yaatláw, as you will see. I then am going to provide the English translation. I'll kind of talk about how I did that because I kind of did a little bit of an extra step and a kind of a strategy behind that. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. And then I'm going to present the Yaatláw translation that was passed to David. So with that being said, this is the Ilothwii that I got. And this is just the first 2 paragraphs here. So already we have a pretty large amount of text. Ilothwii, if I remember correctly, is SOV. Yaatláw is VOS. Ilothwii is extremely polysynthetic. Yaatláw is very analytical. So kind of just very disparate like sides of like morphology behind these 2 languages and kind of going back and forth between them. But I remember a lot of these have like very small morphemes just like strung together and like just trying to parse through kind of how they work together was a little bit of a beast. It was a challenge to get with. This was my July 4th weekend, if I remember correctly. So this is like a while ago, but B, like this is how I celebrated America's birthday. And it was a great time. I loved it. And this is kind of the first 2 paragraphs here. And then this is kind of, I did paragraph 4. This kind of was like 1 sentence in the Ilothwii text. That was kind of that final one. Yeah, I think if
I can't, I would love to be saying stuff to you right now. We will get to this. You can see what my thoughts are when we get to my video.
Yes.
But watch in order because otherwise it won't make any sense.
It will not. I do believe that this will be, and if I'm like speaking for George out of turn, then please call me out. George will likely put this in a playlist going from like him down, just to kind of make sure like you do watch it chronologically for no spoilers. But like this
from me, I'm gonna ruin the whole thing.
Like, yeah.
George said we don't have to be able to pronounce it.
Yes, he didn't. Thank God.
Also,
for that.
the GQ could be like Oh,
Go, 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 go.
I don't know. Anyway,
I think that definitely is. So this is the English translation part 1. So why I'm doing part 1 is I took a play out of Graham Hill's playbook, where he kind of puts it into an English and then it kind of redoes it and kind of rewords it so it makes a little more sense. So this is what I translated it as first. So you keep performing magic above your hand, hopefully keeping track. You stop, fearful of not harnessing the magic the baby uses to tear apart hands with its teeth for its parents. You would dream of strong parents. You ask yourself what you try to do. Where is this magic force found? Without performing magic, how will it make your desires come true? Is this the price of it? You must ask yourself where this is paid. You would trade this glow, but you would want to trade another glow. I know that the masters use strong magic in order to make themselves know the course of over 76 killers and using the magic that you think. But from where don't you want this to exist? Good question. Over 512 magic controllers you don't want to exist. They unwisely ended the use of magic and stopped hurting their hands or stopped torturing to death. The wise magicians, without their magic, smashed their hands or made them pay with their other magic given to them. You listened to me. Hopefully, you deep cleaned the shovel and buried it by the hair-covered log. And I see Jake is muted because they are laughing. Yeah.
Wow. I won't say too much, but I have to say that the general feeling is, George, what did you do? What? I thought, like, I don't know if this is, I don't know what counts as spoilers and what doesn't, but the general vibe is it's something.
It's something. So this to me kind of, there are some kind of mixed senses there. I didn't kind of know kind of like where to go from this. So I kind of put it in English that made sense in my brain so I could translate something that sounds more or less correct or like to provide. So this is the English translation that I sent over to George. You count the times you used magic on your hand. You were worried about using magic that the that the baby used to rip its parents' hands off with its teeth. You imagine these parents. You ask yourself what you would do with it. Where is this magic force found? Without using magic, how will you make your desires come true? Is this the price for it? You must ask yourself how this is paid. You would trade for the baby's price, but you want to trade for another price. I know the masters use strong magic in order to experience 76 deaths to gain this magic you believe in. But don't you want to know how this exists? 512 magicians did not want it. They unwisely ended the use of magic by ceasing to take people's hands or torture them to death. The wiser magicians, without using magic, ripped their own hands off or made the unwise magicians pay for the magic they were given. You listen to me. You must want to deep clean the shovel used to bury the hands by the moss-covered log.
I find, before we go any further,
yes,
when you say deep clean, is this what was? Is this you, like? Because when I think deep clean, I can't imagine it outside of like a 21st century.
Yeah, like I imagine like hazmat suit, like scrubbing this like shovel with like antibacterial, again with that DNA. But like I don't remember like how the morphology of it, like of the Ilothwii, made me do the deep clean. But that final sentence like threw me for a loop because like it just didn't feel like it concluded the story, as it were. So I felt like I needed to kind of give it some ending. And also, I'm just glad that it's not some like creation story. I mean, it kind of is like a little like a backlogging of like maybe what could have happened back in the day. What I will say is that I'm not surprised that there was some inclusion of magic, kind of tongues and runes. So like once I kind of started seeing there was going to be something along that lines, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Thinking about it, blah blah. I can't remember really any specific sort of like struggle that I had with this. I mean,
how did you translate magic into Yaatláw?
Well, aren't you going to see how I do that? Huh. You shall see. So I do have the Yaatláw. Next, I have underlined some words. Some of the underlining is so I kind of remember where like the clauses kind of break up a little bit, so I'm not like reading emotionless texts. But also, I'm probably going to go into more depth about how I translated some stuff. No, I'll not worry about putting up my torch, and I think I had a pretty good idea. Okay, are you ready to see how this went?
I'm very much looking forward to your performance. First and foremost.
I practiced. I did. I curled back my tongue very well. Okay, nice. Okay. I try ngui saka shutaniti. Pla I try ngui saka shutani nyuata try kausaka saka aka nyu kushai nzi lao nulu chiusa kliti. Kin lao nulu ku city. I my saka try bati. Njualama ndana shutani try sin shli. Tani kaula yan sekao fa. Ngoi saka shutani ni my ti try sun. Njuan na klai fa na klai saka klai. So this Gui Saka Shutani. I translated here the spirits as kind of to like of magic. And then I used Ngui to derive kind of like the use of it, like to like use magic and result in it.
Yeah.
This Ichai is a serial verb construction. So this also means to hunt, but it also means to do something sparingly or do something out of reverence in a very kind of like conservative manner. And that's how it kind of translated. You could kind of count it on your hands a little bit. Pla is what we call a symbolism marker, so as something, and then I try is prey. So like prey, that's how it translated to be worried or to be kind of fearful of something. And then I'm trying to think what other stuff that I remember. This fa naklai, this is kind of how questions are formed, polar questions, a nice verb, not verb moment there. And then for these, you can't see my cursor, but shipni and plaisu, those are both question words. Obviously, yeah, question. But yeah. I mai naklai tu nyatati. Ngui tri hin akapla siu ku miti bao saka chuingi chi fuan zuata I umao chai baundai saka ndai fuku saka shuntani li kai suki bao shin ku chui chai guin zafia baundai saka shutani nyuata Nyuata try to kiti sataniku shindai fandai saka tlataniku chi plaisu. I always gets my mouth. But
you know what I'm thrilled by? The fact that Tlataniku made it into
that magicians or like the user of the spirits.
Yeah, it's a cool it's a cool like semantic broadening of commander.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what this one. I think I learned this for an important thing. This Chuinji, this is kind of a but. So these two Nguiqi and Chuinji, those are cooperative constructions saying although blah 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 blah, this blah 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 blah. Chui means to sprout, so this means that this has yielded a positive response versus if we use kuchu, that would have meant a bad response. This is something that I forgot about when I was kind of revisiting this, is that this ngui is actually the number 4.
Oh.
So this is 4 plus 72 for the 76. And which is very funny because ngui, as you can kind of see, is used a lot. It is a really strong deriver of a lot of verbs, nouns, what have you. So kind of having it pop up in a place that is unexpected and has a very separate meaning, I think is both lovely and hilarious.
Now I'm kind of wondering whether in practice the word for 4 would have evolved slightly to make it more distinct, but it's fun that it's the same here.
Yeah.
And I guess we have like 4 in English popping up with and without the U all the time.
The irony. And with and this form only occurs, the word just for 4 is kui, so ngui is kind of like we added there was like some sort of committed derivation behind that. So this only has this form once it is combined with other number bases.
Oh, it's not. It's is it 4 or is it 8?
4.
I thought the versions that were nasalized were from the second half.
It is. So it goes that is that one.
Oh, it becomes like ergui. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I think I was able to put the oh, I didn't. Oh well. All of them together. Let's see. But fa kao tingui saka shuntani tlatani ku sen kai bin zafia zinchua. Ungui sanku chu akanyu tu shine zilana tusha aifu pen la bon going tu aiba ungui patsa kin la kui saka shutani shaka kao aka yon se kao fa ngui saka shutani yu ku shines my tusha ngui glua chatani kulu ku kin la tu Dai saka shutani tlatani kulu ku umao sia. So this is what I like. This one is another correlative construction, I believe, to rain and to float. This is kind of saying that something happened along, or this happened, then this happened. I underlined these 2 for sure. Because these are words that we had derived from, or especially this one, from our first Conlang relay. So this originally means the word to be blind. So I used that to kind of reach over to unwise, or we originally translated it as ignorance. Shout out to Holly. Yeah. And then sia is the word for to be clear, to be white, to be bright, whatever. To kind of show the more wiser magicians. They have a more clear head. They're able to kind of understand and critically think, unlike some voters this November.
Let's hope that this comes out before. Part of this is that, like, Miles, you did this, as you were saying, like, early July.
I did this early July. So
it's now been more than 3 months.
It's been nearly a little over 3 months. Yeah, 6 months until April, and then last little bit. La sakafuku, chituaka, laiki, la mabi new pen new kausafi, kushai lao 西塞米糟马 Q 养你西五毛 T. Ma Q is log. I don't remember what the
Well, Ma is tree.
Ma's
and
tree.
Q,
You,
is it like a cut tree?
maybe so. And then Ni is moss. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think that for a while, I'm looking at this cloud up there. I knew this was for like a green plant. I'm like, what is that? I can't find it anywhere. Namabi, this is shovel. I remember that. And I don't remember why. And then Nike, this means to be bright, to be white. The other one meant to be clear. This is how I translated deep clean. Want to clean deeply, or want to clean as white.
Huh. Okay.
And that's all I have. Yay! Yeah. Final little takeaways. I mean, it was fun. It was good. I had good fun.
Okay, I cannot wait to tell you about what happened.
I am so excited because I'm like, I'm done. I don't need to worry about this no more. Blah, 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 blah. And then I had heard a saga from Jake.
Oh no.
Yeah. So this will be it for the Yaatláw. I'm excited to see how David went with it. So maybe if we're good, we'll post up a little click this link in the description to find David's video.
I think that we're much worse YouTubers than we know how to do that.
Oh, we are so much worse YouTubers than most people.
We could probably do a YouTube end card or something. Anyway, for a lot of people, it's probably their first time on the Let's Have a Booba channel.
It might be.
So welcome. It's probably a bit late for a welcome, but
it's very late for a welcome.
Lovely to see you. And
David, give us more attention. We love attention. Cool. Bye, everybody.
Bye.